Okay.
We'll go quick. Brahman and Broman.
All right. Back
Yeah.
again.
Hey, you
What's
got to tell
happening,
me
my
about this.
friend?
It- it's going well, brother. You got to tell me about this nutrition line, though, you've got behind you here. At some
Yes,
point, I don't know, maybe
yes.
after the show. It sounds like it's an opportunity that,
Best supplement line out there. If you're interested, if you want to get yourself together for the new year,
yeah,
vitamins,
yeah.
fat burners.
Hmm.
This behind me is wartime, a pre-workout, which is just great. Gives you that extra energy, that boost, that pump. So,
What's in a
um,
pre-workout? What does it really do to you? Like when you take it, like, can you do it, use it for
well, I
anything?
like it.
Can you use it for like martial arts or yoga, or should you only use it for pumping weights and heavy exercise?
You can use this one for. I mean, it depends on how you're going. Like if you're just doing some light stuff, but if you want to kind of step it up a little bit, want to get a little extra pump in your workout. Sometimes I used to use it when I did my cardio in the morning. It just helps me get that extra little boom. It might have a little focus formula in it.
Yeah.
A little beta alanine, a little niacin, a little L-carotene, a little arginine for that pump, and then
Got a lot
that
of them.
delay of muscle fatigue. So hey, a little something for everybody, a little something for the guys and the gals.
Yeah. And it's called wartime. So I assume when you take this, you got to go to war. Go
Gotta
to
be
the
ready
gym
for
and go to
battle, man. You
war.
see the tank.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
see,
Don't
and
take
I'm
this
not talking
stuff and
about me. You see the tank.
no, you're not going to take this and prance around. You got to go. This is for legit. And where can you
No,
get
you
this?
got to get in the zone, man. When you come in to work out, you got to be able to get in
Yeah.
that zone and focus. So many, this is a new thing in the gym where these
Yeah.
guys that come in and it's Starbucks, it's social hour. Oh, it's like, hey, man, I'm working out. If you ain't in my car, if you ain't my workout partner, then I can't really be chatting with you. I need to focus and get in
Get
this
out
workout.
the
You got to put your
way.
mind into
Get
your
out the
muscle.
way.
If you don't focus, you don't get results. Just
Yeah.
like business and life, you're not getting results focused. I was telling one of my guys today, one of my younger trainers, I'm like, he doesn't fill out his schedule. I'm like, well, I can already tell your goals ain't going to happen because you don't even have a schedule. You don't have it mapped out and ready for your life to even get
Mm-hmm.
busy and overflow.
Mm-hmm.
You're not even
Mm-hmm.
ready for that to come. You're not
Mm-hmm.
focused.
No.
So he's like, you're right. I said, yeah, but we're going to see how right I am if you follow through or not. You
Yeah.
know?
If you don't commit your time to something specific, you're going to end up doing just anything with it. And by anything, most of the time, you're just wasting that time
Yeah,
away.
but we've been taught that a one-track mind is a bad thing. A one-track
Mm.
mind is actually a good thing. I focus. I
Uh-huh.
bet you, your mate wants you to focus.
Why
I
is it
bet you
that
don't. I bet she don't
society,
want you to have a double mind in the relationship.
it's just the way that we've made society, we can't have a one-track mind. We have so many different obligations, right?
Yes.
You want to take care of your family, you got to come home clean, cut the grass, you know what I mean? Go to church, this, that. It's frowned upon to just want to do one thing to the fullest. Society
Yeah.
doesn't like to see you go 100 at something, do they? Because that means
No.
you're cutting out other things.
Yeah. But what you should. I mean, it's all about mastery, man. Just think if people focus on one thing, you can be a master in 5 years. You can actually be master in a year now with the information on the planet. But like we had a private conversation, information and misinformation, both sides of it. The good fruit, in the Garden of Eden,
Yeah.
and then the bad fruit is both
Yeah.
here for you to enjoy if you
Yeah.
want to. So that's a
I
whole nother
agree. I
conversation.
agree. It's all about information. What kind of information you can access in your life will
Yeah,
make the difference. And that brings
yeah.
me to this topic, man. It brings me to this topic that I just got to bring up with you. I'll tell you a little story here. I had someone recently tell me about like this conspiracy theory about like, how something about a secret society called like the Freemasons are like controlling the world. And that was a theory. And hey, I respect other people's opinions, and I didn't really pay too much attention to it. I'm not into conspiracies.
Yeah,
And I'm just like, I don't know what type of information this guy's getting.
yeah,
I don't have maybe look it up more. I looked it up
yeah,
on
yeah.
Google. It said that the Freemasons was a religious society. Do your own research. You tell. I don't know what it was, but I got two different informations. But
Yeah,
he said, and he goes, you know what? There's a Freemason uh, uh, office or hall, a Freemason hall right down the road from us. And he Googled it and he showed it to me. There it is right there. It's a Freemason meetup. And I'm like, dude, I do not believe these people are controlling the world. And he's like, but it's right here on Google. It's a Freemason meetup. Right?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Is it secret society?
Google it right now. Des Moines Freemason. Right? No, Google it. And I'm just like, I don't believe it. And he goes, even Shaq's a Freemason.
Shaq is a Freemason. I've seen him show that, you know.
And I'm like, so what? Shaq's just controlling the world now? Like, what's going on here? And all I said to him is, I don't really believe it. I challenge this. And he goes, dude, you're an NPC.
Oh man.
That's what he called that. And I'm like, what? He goes, you're an NPC, a non-playable character.
Yeah.
Like, you ever played those video games where you're like the main character and you're going through the video game and like all of a sudden like a story character just comes along to give you like some advice, and then they just like take off, and that's it. You can't like use that character to control him. He's just like, he doesn't have a mind of his own, a non-playable character.
Yeah.
He's not the main star of the movie. He's just a sidekick, right? It's like Lenny and Carl on The Simpsons. They're just like, they never change.
Yeah.
They never say anything dynamic. They don't think for themselves.
Yeah.
They're never gonna make, you know.
But at the same time, it's like it's so interesting when people give an opinion that they think is theirs, but haven't done in-depth research about it. That's one. And then two, when they give their opinion of other people, it's almost like a reflection of themselves, because you are saying someone's a NPC. That's what you said, right? But it's like, wouldn't you be that if everybody if there's a group of people going around saying that this is some secret society? To say that someone has the power and control is to give them power and control, right? Is it not? If I'm saying that you're all powerful, if I go tell everybody that, you know, Infinite Yogi's all powerful and he's doing these things, you know, is it not true in my own realm? You take over my life and then I give you the power, but the power is actually coming still from me.
Yeah.
Which makes me an NPC.
And that's not the first person I've heard use that term. I've heard other people say that guy's an NPC, that guy's an... Do you know any NPCs out there? Like literally when you talk to the guy, like, this guy is not going to say anything new.
Oh yeah.
Nothing new has changed for this guy for the longest time.
Oh man.
He's stuck in the same repetitive patterns.
Yeah.
You know anyone like that?
Oh yes. I mean, you see it all the time. They got astrophy brains, which is a suspended state of mental retardation. So they won't do anything outside of whatever the masses is doing. That's why this conspiracy thing is just what the masses is hopping on. So you got to be careful when you hop on things like that and give it your energy. But I've seen people, you can go to different cities and you'll see the same person. You be like, damn, do you know Rodney? Do you know this guy? Do you know Brad? Because you guys got the same goals. You guys do the same thing, talk about the same thing. And it's just like diarrhea from the mouth of the same thing every single day. Everything. It's like they're stuck in a loop, you know? It's like they're stuck in a loop. And it's like, there's problems. I want to solve, there's problems. And they never get around to anything that's solid and concrete that they can move on and can take themselves to the next level. They don't realize they're just a reflection. It's just, I mean, I always equate it to The Walking Dead. You know, the zombies. You know, all they know is to go, and that's all them zombies know. You know, and that's what. And unfortunately, you know, I don't think a lot of people that saying they're awake are awake for one, but unfortunately, most people are asleep like that, and they're walking zombies.
See, that's it. Everyone wants to think that they're woke, and everyone else is asleep.
Yeah.
And that's a little bit of the ego speaking, isn't it? Everybody thinks that. You're asleep, you're asleep, I'm awake. I'm the only one that's awake. You know what I mean? You're an NPC, you're an NPC. I know, you know what I mean? I'm politically awake, I'm spiritually awake.
I had a girl ask me, she said, am I awake? I'm awoke or something like that. I said, I was up there thinking, I don't know if I told her this, and I'm like, but the mere fact that you have to ask somebody else if you're awake, then just like you said, you probably ain't. And the things that were going on in her life would let you know that she was just on a deeper level of sleep,
She needed
you
you to
know?
verify it. She
You
wasn't
see?
sure.
Yeah. So you got human level, and then you got subhuman level, which you probably function in more of in a dream state and think that's reality, a delusion of being awake, but you're not even at the human level. You function at a subhuman level and thinking you can do whatever you want to do to people and in life, and there's no consequence because you're stuck in a dream state, you know?
What does it mean to be awake? When one is truly awake, what is that? What does that really mean? When you met someone like, oh, he's awake.
I think you get a sense of a feel. I know some people call it energy and they say they get a vibe from people, but a person that is just in tune, not only with themselves, but others, man.
Yeah.
You know, I heard the definition one time of a genius. I can't really remember it, so I'm going to butcher it. But, you know, I've met a few geniuses in my life, but it's not just in their field of study.
Yeah.
There's some type of social awareness, self-awareness that they have.
Mm.
And it's just like, wow, this person gets it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but we think of genius as somebody that just, oh, I went to school and was obedient and got trained like which a monkey can get. You can train a monkey to do a lot of things
Mm-hmm.
to do, but have no social awareness, don't care about different things in society, and have no self-awareness, you know, and no oneness even with the planet. So, you know, it's deep, man. It's so deep. It's really unexplainable because you know when you meet people like that on your journey and path, you can try to explain it and different things like that. What do you think?
Just to follow up on your point there, when you think there's something just different about them, I mean, I feel it's these people that are awake, they live less in purely the physical world. They have some sense or idea of the spiritual world, or just, I mean, how can I explain this here? A woke person sees through a lot of things. They have an innate ability, I'll say intuition. They have a strong intuition. They intuitively know and can read through a lot of bullshit. They can read vibes as well. And they don't have a strong ego. The stronger the ego you have, the more you will become identified with a piece of information. Like, let me say it's a doctor. A doctor went to school for 12 years and became a doctor, and you tell him, and then let's say you have cancer or something like that, and the doctor says you must get chemotherapy. And you say, you know what, I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try Eastern medicine. I'm going to try herbals. I'm going to try this. The doctor will say, no, that's not going to work. You must do chemotherapy, because the doctor is identified with that information that he went to school. That's his identity. He must protect it anytime it's challenged.
Yes,
He will
yes,
protect that identity.
yes,
And that's a strong ego. So it's
yes,
almost like the more knowledge you have and hold to, the
yeah,
more rigid you become, and
yeah,
you become closed off to anything new
yeah.
because of that
I,
knowledge.
I would substitute that word knowledge for information, though. I would say the
Sure,
more information you have, because
sure.
that true knowledge is going to lead to. But no, you're definitely right, man. And that
So,
information and that programming,
mhm. Programming.
programming that individual has, you don't want to break that code. You don't want to break that code. So he's, you know, you actually spoke to something that I am very familiar with because my brother had to do chemo and different things like that. And at the time, chemo was just killing people. This was
Mm,
in 1996. I mean, they were just giving chemo and just stripping people down and killing them. But
mm,
this is all the doctor knew how to do. You know, and then
mhm.
they botched the surgery because this is their programming. Well, this worked before, you know, well, not working now. Well, hey, if we don't work, you know, it's just like, so And
Yeah.
even a lot of people that you deal with on a, you know, this is such a, I won't say a difficult conversation to have, because we're speaking the English language, so we have to define things in a certain manner where people understand them.
Mhm.
So certain people, even dealing with religious and spiritual things, can't climb because they're in a box, because they were trained and programmed in a certain way that this is the devil or this is bad, and you can't even study it to begin to learn and grow from certain things. So, which brings us, I don't know if you want to go there yet, but you told me about the Festival of Lights and things like that. I
Oh,
want to talk to you about that.
yeah. So it's like I feel like I should be wearing the turban today for Diwali. Maybe I should have. But you know, Diwali is a celebration. It's like the Christmas of India. And there's all sorts of different reasons that people will attach to it. Religious reasons. Oh, that what you'd really do is you light a candle. You light as many candles as you can, special types of oil lamps or ones made of ghee or, which is a kind of like a butter, you know what I mean? A really pure butter. Um, but the significance of Diwali for me is Diwali is always on a moonless night. And if you
Mm.
notice, from the time that Diwali happens until um, when officially it ends um, sometime in the spring, but really it's a period of darkness. And at that time, the time of Diwali, if you plant a seed, it will not grow as it normally would at any other time of the year. It's a slowdown in the earth that's mimicked as a slowdown inside of our bodies. So the reason that people light the lamps inside the house is to make up for all that darkness, because it can lead to darkness inside our mind. So the more lights you see, it lights up your house, it lights up your mind. You feel more like exuberance, more activity from that light. So
What day was that?
that
Was
was
this
that was this past Saturday was
past
Diwali.
Saturday? Okay.
It was a moonless night, and
Yes.
I always warn people that this is the time where you really have to keep track of your mental health and mental
Man,
illnesses.
that's interesting that you say that, and I'm gonna let you even go off into that more. But I want to tell you about kind of just what's been going on with me. You said that was Saturday.
Diwali was
So
Saturday.
about Sunday, man. Sunday I had, man, between Sunday and now, I've had about 4 or 5 people crying,
Really?
and I was just like, something was like, man, people, something just kept on,
Same.
I was just
Same
like,
here.
people really need help. Help people as much as possible. I kept on having this reoccurring thing: help people, be there for people. I went to my gym. There's a homeless girl sitting outside of the gym as I got
Yeah.
this train of thought, and this was Monday, and she was just, I mean, she was on. She said she did about every drugs. I'm not even gonna go to full extent what happened, but
Yeah.
I took her, got her some food, and took her to the homeless shelter.
Yeah.
And then another a grown man, a 50-year-old man, just started breaking down, crying, and telling me things about going on in his life.
Mm.
And then when I was telling a girl about it, she started breaking down, crying, and telling me that her friend's on meth. I mean, I'm like, man, this is all within a couple of days. And then I had a lady reach out to me, and she says, "This is the worst day. This is my day. I'm so depressed." And this is, I'm like, what is going on? I mean, it was just back
It
to
just
back
kicks
to
in right
back.
away. It just kicks in
Wow.
right away. Yeah, and I have people in my family as well that do, and friends that suffer from mental illnesses, and just going back through the years. I mean, these are the times when you've kind of got to be there for them more. The period of
Yeah.
darkness, period of slowdown, everything is slow down. The gravity of the sun itself changes, the gravitational forces.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. We try to keep more lights in the house. I recommend more lights, more music, and to counter the slowdown on the outside, speed up your inside. Go to the gym, right? If the earth
Mm,
slowed down, you can speed up, and
mm.
you can beat it that way. So people are
Wow.
always celebrating Diwali. Oh, congratulations on Diwali. I'm always saying, take care of yourself from here on
Wow.
out. It's always different. Yogi Infinite's always got the different information for
Yeah,
people.
man, that's powerful information because I mean, that's right in the exact of what I've been dealing with of these last 4 days with people. You know, I didn't have anything personally, but it just was just this thought process was like, just be there for people, be there with people. People are going through a lot of things, you know, and I think you're spot on with this mental health thing because it's just one thing out of another, out of another, out of another. And I mean, and you know, when things happen with your mental health, you can come out of things, but sometimes these darker days have a ripple effect.
Yeah.
You know, so you might go through depression and lose your job, lose somebody that you love and connected with. So
It's a
it
bad
has
year.
a ripple effect, huh?
This whole year's been a ripple effect.
Ripple effect. So, and it's like now we're going in, getting ready to 2021. And, you know, one of the first lectures that I recorded was being your own mental health therapist. And how is that important? You know, I know that's some of the things you deal with your practices and your coaching of getting people's minds centered and focused. Because it's just so important. And it's so important right now going
Yeah.
into the new year. So you're ready for the new year. You
Mhm.
got to give yourself a running start. You do not want to start on January 1st because you
No.
will fail. You're going to fail.
Yeah.
80% of New Year's resolutions fail. You know why? Because they never got started. You told yourself at the beginning of November, hey, I want to do this. And then you just wait till January 1st.
That's something David Goggins was saying in one of his videos. He's like, Donald Trump's out, Biden's in. Biden's promising change. He goes, Donald Trump promised change. Bush promised change. Obama promised change. Clinton promised change. All these guys promised change. Did they really bring much change? Not as much as they would have liked. And he goes, doesn't matter who the president is. Obviously, we know change starts with you. And he said, when I was 300 pounds, what if I said, I'm going to wait for the next president to make a change?
Yes.
And that really, as simple as that was, that really
Yeah.
hit home for me there. Because he was 300 pounds and he had 3 months to get down to like 190 to make the Navy. He did it. He did it. You have to read that book if you haven't. He's a guy that you might want to that you'd want to meet as well. But Goggins is, yeah. But kind of we got off track there.
No, that's right. And that's right and exact, man. No, that's right. You came full circle because, you know, a guy like him, that tough mindset is what you need. You know, you got to there's a scripture in the Bible talk about put on the whole armor of God.
Mm-hmm.
You need to put on your armor and be ready for these things when it come. When I deal with somebody with the exercise program and they come in, people say, oh, I want to lose 20 pounds. Oh, I want to gain 20 pounds. Oh, I got to think that. But everybody has one thing in common, their mindset. And one thing I try to tell them about their mind, I say, you're motivated now, but your mind's going to attack you. And your old self is going to attack you because there's a person in you that likes McDonald's. They like Egg McMuffins, and that's going to pop up. But now that you know that's going to pop up, you got to be ready for it. Don't let it ambush you. You ambush your mind. You got to be ready for it and train yourself. Say, hey, I'm ready for it. That negative thinking, them negative friends, I'm ready for your ass. And whatever comes my way. You know what I'm saying? And that comes with being your own mental health therapist or surrounding yourself with positive people. The same thing we apply to like finances. Oh, the closest your network equal your net worth. But what about your mental health? Is these people around me mentally and spiritually connected? Because if not, I need to get myself surrounded by some 5-10 people that are mentally, spiritually, physically connected.
Yes.
And if I can't do that, I need to hop on podcasts. I need to hop on YouTube. I need to start reading books to deposit into my mental health.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it when you go off like that. Legit.
Yeah, man.
Legit.
Something that I'm passionate about, man. I didn't even know I was going to get on a tangent. I got a little head coach tonight. You got me fired up.
Hey, you never know what happens when you get on the Brahman and Bruhman podcast. We only got one speed. One speed. Whether you got a head cold or ain't nothing going to stop us, man. Nothing going to stop us. So we did
nothing, man.
NPCs, Diwali, and, you know, I know we wanted to kind of touch on a little bit of the election. Maybe we're not so political, but just, you know, you started off this year with You know, it was like Australia was burning, something like that. That was the big thing. 1 billion animals died, they said, you know what I mean? And then
Man,
the whole Kobe thing happened. Kobe and Gianna. I mean, that's like so far behind us right now, but that's so big.
yeah,
You know, I was just reading something today about how Gianna was like gonna be pretty much the best female basketball player of all time if she really would have, if she really had the chance to go on to become that, right? So
yes,
that was a big loss. And
man.
then the COVID happened,
COVID,
and
George
then the whole
Floyd,
George Floyd, and then the BML
and
movement.
countless others. And
Exactly.
then I mean, I think one thing because COVID has like
Stock
one
market
name,
crash and all that economy, you know,
stock
businesses going
market,
bankrupt.
businesses going bankrupt, people in deep depression, people losing their loved ones. United States are at 250,000 as about an hour ago, I believe, as far as deaths.
Hmm.
So a 250,000 people that are real people that have loved ones, wives, kids, fathers, mothers, grandpas, and they're not really putting names to these people, and they're acting like it's just another number, and that's very scary because it's just scary that we're not taking that more serious as far as respecting death and respecting the people that we lost. But we might want to save that for an end of the year episode, man, and just really go in and dive into it.
2020 2020 flashback. We'll set that up for December 30th.
Yeah, putting
Maybe, you know,
2020 to rest. We're
maybe we
gonna
could
give
do it.
2020 the eulogy. We need you to eulogize
Oh
2020.
fuck! I want to write that eulogy, man. I want Yogi Infinite will give that eulogy. I'll come dressed up. It's like the pastor, best suit, little pocket, chief, everything. Give
Get my
that
robe for
eulogy.
that one. I'm gonna order that robe tonight, that
Get
purple
that
robe.
robe,
I'm gonna
man.
say we're gonna utilize 2020 and we're gonna put it out and we're gonna just bless the new year. You gotta bless the year as and come in, man, because we can't take that negative energy going in, man. Because
Yeah.
there's just a lot of there's negative energy and then there's a lot of energy that is just uh it's not positive, but it's just like free energy. It's just there. It's just lingering. What should I do? I get a feeling like a lot of people don't know what to do. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
They're in limbo. It's in limbo.
Hmm.
So
It's in
you
turmoil.
need to,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
turmoil.
get you. I got you. I got you. I get you. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we're not really political on the show, but I think enough time has passed now. Honestly, I haven't heard about Donald Trump in about a week, which
Yeah,
might be a good thing considering
man. I
how
don't know, man.
divisive it was.
So there was people out. There was people out in the street for him. He still has a. I mean, 68 million votes is a lot of votes, and there's a lot of
It's a
people
lot.
passionate. There's a lot of people that believe that the election was rigged, and there's some people that, there's a lot of people that don't too. So,
I've got some passionate
man,
Facebook
but
friends that believe it was rigged.
yes, yeah, yeah. So just with that being said, just like David Gaga said, man, everybody promises change, but it's on you. Just like the guy that called you NPC,
NPC. Just
huh? Yeah,
because I didn't
NPC.
believe his conspiracy theory, I
He
became an
couldn't. You didn't
NPC.
believe his conspiracy theory. Now I'm gonna tell you, viewers, quit believing the conspiracy theory that one man has power over your life. One man and one woman have power over your life. You
Mm.
got power over your own damn life. Ain't nobody gonna change nothing for you but yourself. You
Mm.
know, Obama, Biden, Trump ain't going in to walk in and getting that next job for you. Ain't starting your business for you. You
Yeah.
need to take accountability for your own life. John F. Kennedy said it best: "Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country." And that's how we change the country: one person, one man, one woman, one child at a time. But I think too often we want to place blame in the individual. Oh, that person didn't do this. That person didn't do this. Shut the fuck up and take control of your home life.
Yeah.
You just try and place blame, and you want to find what I see on Facebook a lot. Man, we're gonna
Hmm.
get raw tonight. What I see on Facebook a lot is just a lot of bitching and people that don't want to take responsibility.
Yeah.
For why there's you have opportunities and you put so much energy. I trained one lady one time, and the lady, she talked about Donald Trump like he was her brother-in-law every single day. I'm
Good
like,
things or bad things?
he was saying bad things, but I'm
Hmm.
like, she was saying bad things. She was reading every book that came out on him. I mean, I'm
Oh,
like,
there's too many
but
books
I
written
mean,
by him. Yeah.
it's like your ex, though. It's like your ex. Like, why are you infatuated with me if you hate me so much? You know, You want to get back together? Yeah,
He is the
son.
most
Okay, well,
interesting man in the world.
I
That's
mean,
for
yeah. I
sure.
mean, yeah,
That
and he's
can't be a
making both
bad
sides
thing.
money.
It couldn't be a bad
Yeah.
thing.
No, it can't.
Interest
That's what I'm
creates
saying.
money.
That all that energy flowing, you're gonna be able to use it regardless because there's so much energy coming your way, good
Yeah.
or bad.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother episode. Good or bad, it's
You know
still
what?
energy flowing my way.
I heard one of the most, the quotes that really connected with me about Donald Trump, and this wasn't a Donald Trump episode, but what the guy said was, if you were on an airplane, everybody would be rooting for the pilot because your life's in that person's hands. You're rooting. Nobody wants the pilot to crash,
No one wants to
right? But when Donald Trump took office, nobody was really rooting for him. So it wasn't really a fair shake from the beginning. And, that's the
Yeah,
outcome
I know a
that,
lot of people. I know a lot of people are upset because he was donating money at first, and then now he wants to play the game. Now he wants to play. Now he wants to get into politics. But they weren't mad when they were taking that money.
yeah, man, you're definitely right about that one. Not really a political show, but I know we wanted to do a little bit of something.
You'll touch on a little bit for the people, but take control. Take the wheel.
Yeah. Take the bull by the horns. Take
Take the
control of
wheel.
your life. Quit waiting for other people to create change for you, especially now. We're headed into Diwali. There's darkness all around you. You got to find a tough place inside of you.
Yeah.
Find it quick. Find that tough place, live there, and use it to kick ass for real. Don't let that slow down in the outside world. Slow you down. You speed up. Keep a tight schedule. Don't the guy you were talking about earlier that didn't make a schedule? Don't be like him. Keep a tight schedule. Get your workouts in so your RPM is ramped up inside. And that's how you're going to get change.
Definitely. And we got the workouts for you too, as well. And we're going to put a 15% coupon down at the bottom so you guys can try out some of these new products that we got to bring in.
Why don't you tell everyone where they can tell everyone where they can pick up the B-Star?
You can go into the Facebook and Facebook / B-Star Line Nutrition. You'll be able to find, get access to links to the products and see what new things are coming out. A lot of new things will be coming out during the closer to 2021. As we get ready for the New Year's resolution crowd, which is not you, because you're ready to take action right now. You're going to see this and say,
I ain't waiting for no New Year. I'm like David Goggins.
The only time is now. Have we did that show yet? About the only time is right now? Have we did that?
No, let's do that next then.
We got to blaze that. We got to let you know the time. The only time, the real time is right now. Great episode, brother. Always a pleasure.
Sounds good, brother. That was an excellent episode, and happy Diwali to everyone out there. And you'll quit being an NPC. I know there's no NPCs on this show. Our viewers are not NPCs. We don't accept anything without challenging it. We're all about raising the consciousness.
Definitely.
It's been a pleasure, Exalted One.
Yes, sir. Yogi Infinite.
All right. Peace out.